Good evening and welcome to The Big Question. I'm Vikramoza here on NDTV Profit. We're asking the big question tonight. It's about the pronouncements coming through from the US. President Donald Trump has slapped this $100,000 one-time fee on new H-1B visas. Now, one side believes that this is a move that could hit Indian IT giants like TCS and Infosys and Wipro and Tech Mahindra, and it could hit where it hurts. We've seen the impact play out on the stocks in trade today, but others are dismissing it as a knee-jerk reaction. So that other side believes that the hit will not be material in nature. For the American side, this move is aimed at protecting American jobs and to raise their wages. Companies over there are being accused of layoffs while hiring thousands on H-1B visas. So, on the whole, it begs the question for thousands of Indian professionals, is this the real end of the American dream? For the Indian tech industry, is it a body blow? Or is it a chance to reinvent and finally keep the best talent at home? And that's what we're asking. Is Trump shutting the door, or is he throwing the door open for India to rise stronger? We're tackling that on The Big Question tonight. And of course, to debate this, we have an excellent panel. Former High Commissioner, Ambassador Veena Sikri is joining us for the diplomatic and geopolitical perspective. From the industry side, we have Abhik Datta, the CEO of Tech Plus Talent. He's got this insider's view on how Indian IT is going to adapt. Kathleen Deroser is with us, a migration expert. She's going to explain what the policy means for professionals. Sandip Agarwal also with us, fund manager and co-founder at Sovelo Investment Management. He's going to explain the impact on the Indian IT sector and what this means for the industry at large. And also to round out this panel is Aditya Mishra, Managing Director of CL HR Services. He tracks talent flows and, of course, the job market. He tracks very closely. So we have a perfect mix of voices to tackle the big question tonight. And good evening to Sandip. How do you see this fee? How is it playing out in stock valuations now of the IT giants, TCS, Infosys, Wipro? We've seen a knee-jerk overreaction. That kind of risk is something that the markets are still kind of digesting. Do you see a medium-term structural headwind playing out over here, or do you think it could last longer?
So, hi, good evening, and thanks for having me on the show. So I agree with all the previous speakers and mostly with what Aditya has said. So my view is this, that, Trump has done probably a calculation that, 100,000 divided by 6 is around $16,000, $17,000. So he believes that that is the amount which Indian companies save. So he has done basic maths. And he has arrived at a conclusion that whatever is the margin, that is the additional cost. If I put, then they will hire from US. But the problem is, where is their talent available in the US, and are they willing to work at the same amount of time and give same amount of time which Indian people who go from here, and you keep changing their bases every 7 days, 15 days, and they are very, very flexible to do that. Whether it will be possible, because I come from a background of running a tech company myself in 2008 to 10, and I have seen all this. It is very difficult to find people locally and to, even make them fungible to move from one location to other and all those things. So I think this is a mathematical call which has been taken rather than a practical call. In my view, yes, short term, as Aditya mentioned, there will be knee-jerk reaction, there will be a lot of execution challenge, but I honestly believe that it gives a very good edge to the Indian large companies the way, COVID gave. So if you see 2 times, 3 times, this is the 3rd time they are getting great chance to improve things. So before 2014, most of these companies were at 30-35% local resource, which after Trump came, he started pushing for more local. So all of these companies have largely reduced the use of H-1Bs in last 7, 8, 10 years. Then after COVID, they went to the client and said that, see, we can do everything via online. Why you need people here? And I think now this is the 3rd opportunity where they can say that we have always executed well, so why you need resources here? So, by the way, if you see the maths, we make more money when we execute from India in terms of profit. Billing rates are definitely much higher. In on-site, it is 3x, but still we make more money here. So they will be happy to do. So in short term, this growth for the large companies, which is already, 4-5%, that can look maybe 0 to 2% because of delays in decision making and lower billing rate. But I don't see challenge on the profitability side. And I think, it is very good. More GCC will open, more jobs will be created here. So in long run and medium term, it will be more profitable and better. In short term, it will look like a dent on revenue growth.
So what you're saying, Sandip, is that local sourcing actually works out better for these IT companies. And perhaps that's the way of the future. it would work out, though, as far as the Americans are concerned, why they are bringing in this kind of fee right now. They are saying that people like the Indians are taking away their jobs. So that part is not going to get addressed, Sandip. And if not, then are they going to come in with something bigger than just a $100,000 fee like the kind that they're talking about now?
I think, they are trying to solve which doesn't exist. So where is joblessness? I mean, you see, to find even 100 people, it is a task. You have to hire so many consultants. It is a big challenge. Means I know this. You can find this data from annual reports of the companies also. It is almost impossible to get people. So there is no unemployment in tech after Lehman crisis. So what problem you are trying to solve? There is no problem which you are trying to solve. So I don't know what will be the impact. So in my view, it will be in long run US. Means I think that US companies will be biggest loser in this, and I think that's the reason Section C has been introduced very smartly. They will probably give exemption to all big tech in recruiting from in H-1B visa exemption, which they have already created a space for that. So I agree with what Aditya said clearly. Either it will be a loss for US companies in long run, or they will use that Section C to get exemption.
Let me see, what do the markets do, Sandip? Very quickly, if you can sum that up for us, because is it a bigger risk, this Trump's H-1B fee shock, or do you think it's about India's ability to retain and redeploy our top talent, our top tech talent, to redeploy them at home, to retain them here? Is that a bigger risk that the markets see?
No, so, I will quickly summarize. So, number one, on the revenue front, as I said, in large cap, you will see some more lower growth. So, the sector may go out of flavor from the large cap perspective. They will become more of dividend stories for 1 to 2 years. Mid caps also, they are little expensive. So, you will not see much interest because of uncertainty. In a small cap, because the sizes of deals are falling and AI and all very small size deals are coming, so they could be big beneficiary and they can do well. So that is one part. Second, I believe, the platforms which are evolving, you just see the data, Vikram. Microsoft listed in 1986 at $750 million when US was $5 trillion.
Right.
And in our country, Zomato and other platforms are listing 15-20 times of that size with similar size of economy.
Right.
So I'm very confident that some of these talents will, do great here, and it is a great opportunity. I believe we will have a wonderful time. We will not regret this problem. After 6 to 12 months, we will see a lot of new innovations, new platforms coming in.
One thing is quite clear, that the American dream is not dead, like Kathleen is also pointing out, but it's definitely becoming more expensive. Whether it's a roadblock, it's a reset, we're going to be watching that space. But my thanks to Ambassador Veena Sikri, Abhik Datta, Kathleen Deroser, Sandip Agarwal, Aditya Mishra. Thank you for joining us with your insights tonight, and thank you for joining us on The Big Question. I'm Vikram Oza. This has been The Big Question this evening. Thanks for joining us.